Oh, well, about to leave now. It's very busy here for a while. There's some boats coming and going there for a while. One minute. We're going out to Portora or something castle. Something castle. Hold on a minute. Luna has to stay in the lead now for about 10 minutes. We'll have to go up the main road to do this. I'll put this up now because we're not camping here, Luna. Luna had a very good sleep. You think she's full of life until she lies down and she conks out then. But then once she gets up, she's ready to go again. She didn't take a drink, but there's plenty of water in these legs somewhere. And I'll come back, I'm going to move the caravan then. I can make my dinner there, but I'd rather have the view from the other car park. But now that I'm in Enniskillen, I don't think I'll stay in here tonight, you know. I'm going to go back to that lay-by I was at earlier on. Camp there tonight. Got to get a more time here because, well, you know as it gets on out this castle, I'm getting a wee bit of ball of hay fever in my eyes. I don't think it's wrong with the cover. Alright, Pip. Yeah, I'm getting hay fever. Get it itchy eyes. I thought when I started these autoimmune tablets from the doctor that I wouldn't get hay fever this year. Still a bit of ball, maybe. Now the height barriers here, never used when that Fermanagh council owned it, and now the Fermanagh almost together never use it. No camping overnight, they put the height barrier down at the bottom. I know some vans would have went to the very end and camped overnight. It's sort of a funny place, it's not a car park, it is a car park. Cars can go there, but high-sided vehicles can't. So it's not that big a walk, this castle. I would say you've got the school in front. I imagine that was a house in its day. Big impressive gates and all on it. And we walk around the outside of the school. And the wee path takes you out to the castle. You can drive there as well, but it's a wee narrow road. No more on the car, like. Car park down on the front very big. But when you come for a walk, wide drive. Don't like walking roads here, like. So once you get around this corner, you'll be away from the road. Still got the old stone curbs here. Still some sides of the gardens. Wonder they haven't showed a wee bit of after a property, isn't it? We got a wee broken pane of glass with a bit of sticky tape on it. I can't get anybody to fix it, see? I'm just looking here, there must have been, I know the police came here a couple of years ago, it's been a while now, but the security towers in these lampposts, they've all been broken. But it's not often you get security towers on lampposts, is it? So somebody's been here at one time and sealed all these lampposts at PSNI. So we must check for explosives and stuff and seal them off. Something important was coming down this way. But since that everyone's been open, how often do we open lampposts up? Enniskillen Royal Grammar School. That's a grammar school. There's a wee plaque in the wall. We'll go and read the wee plaque. Was it built as a grammar school or built as a stately home? Ah, it says built as a stately home. These gates representing the memory of Flight Lieutenant Derek Edward Ray, RAF, and his brother FO Jeffrey Norman Ray, RAF, and those patrons who gave their lives in the cause of freedom in the Second World War in 1939-1945. Cover my face. So these gates are after 1945. They look older than that, don't they? I wonder where they take a hand. Get them up, stick at home, got them here. They don't things like that. They used to move things about. These pillars represent in memory of Captain. Oh, the gates, the pillars. Oh, so they didn't. One person didn't buy the lot. Like these pillars represent in memory of Captain W.E. Irwin, Indian Army, by A. Brown and his two sons, and were erected by the school as a visible memory to those of their sons who did not return 1939-1945. Portora, probably Latin. So there you go. It was a school in 1945. Didn't always have them grand gates. So I think that these boys that died must have went to that school. Are we puppies on it? Are we puppies on it? Hi there. Yeah. Hold on now, pal. We'll let you free. We'll let you free. So what's unusual about that school there is because of Enniskillen, like all these grammar schools, they do rugby and stuff, don't they? But not many schools do boats. They do boats. I hated PE. I'll see if I got the wee boat, I might have liked PE. Now, I don't know if I would have done or not, but better chance I might have done it. I was always a bit overweight as a wind, like the overweight winds going wee narrow boats. I don't know. I'd probably the one that's like not who spends all PE lessons poisoning. There you are, look, they come in halves. You come in halves and bolt them together. These stainless steel nuts. How many screws? Look how many bolts they have. The whole year grip could go out in bolts at the same time. See, our school struggled to get a mini bus. They've got a 4x4. They tore them down. Now the scouts are keeping their wee boats there. That's more like our school. If our school was to get a boat, that's more the type of thing. They get a hard plastic thing. Our school didn't have them. See, if you drove down to this castle, you'd miss all this excitement here, see you would. These shed there, that belongs to the school now. That's their boathouse. So Anthony Hart, 1946 to 2009. Tom Noble, towards a shared future. They must have went to that school too. So someone in that school became a sir. See, these upper class fans, you know. No vehicles beyond this point. That's a boat widen out there now. What does a widen do? I've seen police boats out there. I've never seen a widen boat. Is that, are they going to put parking tickets in folk and stuff? Catch people speeding? And councils, you know, they try and get money wherever they can. Then here's some local cows. I've got a thing about cows now. It's nice to be friends with cows. North Ridge Boathouse towards a shared future. I've got a wee grant for that, you see. I put a wee bit of sharing on it and get a grant. I would say even the only wee local control school wouldn't even get mixed in with that, but I don't know, these grammar school ones. That's a wee blokes come from school there, PE come down there and go on the boats. Gee, that's a brilliant PE lesson, isn't it? Water level seems very high here. Oh, this part's very low. I'm tempted to walk over there tomorrow with Luna. Luna enjoy that walk over there. That's working class puppies over that direction. And in the housing estate. It's quite a long walk because I have to walk from, oh, there's the Kestrel now. I was in that Kestrel once years ago, years and years and years ago. Now the boy's probably piloted, probably dead now. I don't like the boy piloted. He says something about I'm the captain and whatever I say is law. What happened from that, like? How times have changed. Probably he sold probably captain of a Royal Navy destroyer at one time. And that's the only job he could get then at his older age, and he still thought he was the captain of a destroyer. You get the wee cups of tea and all. I think it's 2 hours the sailing lasts. I'm saying 2 hours, 45 minutes is probably on the island. But I wouldn't put a wee pup in that. Too long for a pup to sit in that. So I'm thinking tomorrow, I'm doing what tomorrow? I'm thinking I might do tomorrow. If I can park the caravan on the main road, that's... What did Google say it was? I think it's a 20-minute walk down the road, down to get the wee speedboat across. Yeah, 20 or 30 minutes. Another part there, it's 40 minutes there and back. It's tarmac road. The carriage very well. I'm not really enjoying it. Won't be many carriages, but I'll run us there. But I can get her on then, the wee plastic boat. Hers about 10 people. And that'll take us across in 3 minutes. How you doing? He's quite a size. He's really springer, but he's bigger.
He's bigger. He's a chunky fella.
Oh, you're lucky. That size a handy size there, like.
Yes, this fella's lovely.
They don't go under fences and things. He's a lovely size there.
He'd get in where a draft wouldn't. Swear to goodness, he
What
gets in under sheep fire and everything.
That's what she does.
You're rascals, aren't you? Oh, you're lovely.
Tiny wee gaps he goes through it.
Trim.
That's why I'd like a larger one.
Well, he manages somehow or other. I don't know how. Sure you don't.
Good luck. Yeah, no, that's how we saying I've never heard tell off. The dog can get in where a draft gets in. Because when it gets underwire and stuff, that dog there can get in where a draft can get in. And you saying that, right? See, if I had drove down this castle, I wouldn't have learnt that you saying there. I'm going to try and mind that now. I forget so. I'll look back at this videotape me then and remember. But it is a nice wee bit of it. Compared to all the other walks, like gravel paths and all, this is stones, but you don't hear the gravel. And you've got bankings on the side, you can see the water, you've got hills. This is a nice walk here, like. And yet, it's not really signposted. I just walked down past the school because I was just nosy one time and found it. But most people aren't as nosy as me. And they probably think you have to get a taxi out. That's why I was looking at the price to go to Devonish Island. You can hire the taxi boat yourself. £109. 109. It took a wee spin round the end of Enniskillen and out to Devonish. 2 hours, £109. Is it 2 hours? A wee bit dear for me and Luna. I'm hoping to get across for a fiver, like. That's my price range. Oh, that I'll bring my own boat up someday. I have a wee rubber boat. I could get the Devonish on it, bring it up in the car, and have to blow it up. One of them ones I got in the middle. £500 I pay for it, and I paid £500 for an outboard. Where's the money in the outboard? Only done 9 hours. I've attempted, if Luna was to go in the boat, I've attempted to get an electric motor. And Ruth and Batty, she put £1,000 like. That's 500 just paying a fiver sometimes. And walking 20 minutes to the boat and just to go to all that effort. That's a bit deep there, Luna. That's a bit deep. Do you know what, Luna? I think it's deep the whole way. I think it might be deep the whole way, pet. We should have put you in the wee boathouse. We get down here now, we're going to the lock gates. I'm more interested in the lock gates than the castle, to be honest. But you don't really get seeing them. The chances this time of year they won't be operating, they'll just be open. Both sides of the lake will be the same height. But then when the water drops, they have to close them, or the upper lock will drain the water. Now wee man, then he operates them. But you don't have any access to the lock gate. It was unusual because otherwise you get to the rest of them. Don't really get access. I think the man that gets you, he must come by boat himself. Don't know. Waterway Ireland's headquarters in Enniskillen. You'd think it'd be in Dublin, wouldn't you? They do the whole island of Ireland. Another boat coming up, I can hear it. The boys in them schools. I know a boy, he married me niece, went to that school, and they were made jog this path. It's not all good going to grammars, you know. That's why I've been no good at PE. Me jogging this path here, 13, 14 years old, rain coming down. Just punishment, that is. I'll be just walking up like I am now, coming in last. So that's the teachers made a mistake. If they let the wains walk this, there might be more people interested in walking. But they make you run, puts you off. First thing wains want to do in these schools is get a car. Because walking to them is punishment. Because the teachers put them through it. Just them walk out here and look at nature for PE. They might have took it up. And left school. There's another one there. Luna! Luna! The wee wolfy one. I gotta kill her. I need to watch them. Luna, come on, that's way. Luna! How do you?
How are you getting on? Lovely days, isn't it?
She doesn't know me anything, but she wants to play with wee pups and all like.
We were just letting them play about. You just don't know when you introduce the third. what they're capable of, you know.
She's a fast runner.
Only puppy. What age is she?
2.
2. So they're only 8 months, the two of them.
She's very fast at running.
Only babies.
I'd say that.
She goes through buses and everything like.
That's great.
She's just happy to be wandering about.
That's why I had to put the wee bells on her. So I can hear
Make sure she comes back. Like a kid.
For the larger ones, they don't really see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, they are off the lead. They should have kept them off the lead. That wee grey dog, that's them off. I can't mind what you call them. But the problem with them there is like all dogs, If a wee terrier bites you, they do a quick snap and away they go. If a pit bull bites you, the jaws lock on. Through no fault of its own. The jaws close, and the way the bone's designed, it naturally locks like a pair of vice grips. And then what wee grey ones are sort of similar in between. If a jaw bites, it can lock on a bit, do more damage. It's not that the dog is likely to bite any more than any other dog. It's just if it does do it, that's likely to be more damage. Maybe a bit more cautious like. That's why I'd rather it go up to Luna rather than Luna jump on his face. But then that's how everybody's scared of poor wee Diesel. They think he's going to be damaged, and he's not even a big thing. So here's the castle in front now. So them wee buggers in that school down there, about 100 years ago, blew part of this castle up. I learned about chemistry. There's a wee plaque in here to tell you about it. So all these castles are all built in the 1600s, 1610, same as that last one we were at where the ones were murdered in it. There were 70 people were killed in it. All the same idea. You built the big castle, you had an outer wall. That must be the outer wall there. And the main house in the middle. All the locals trying to kill them like. It's not as big as the other one. Portora Castle, we're going to need a new sign here shortly. Portora, age of and all the rest, and before the modern. That's the rock wall thing. Before it was, there used to be a ford here. There was an actual ford here. This is why it's built here. Historic crossing place between Connacht and Ulster. Much used from prehistoric times and easily crossed for most of the year. Bear in mind everybody walked their horses. Stone axes, bronze aged swords and iron aged ornaments left at the ford by people who came this way, leaving wee sacrifices and evidence of heavy traffic. The present castle was built by 1613 by Sir William Cole. I wonder if that's the Coles from the house that's up near the end of the town. Constable of Enniskillen. How many Coles is there? Must be. It was one of many defensive castle constructions around the shores of Loch Erin between 1610 and 1619 to consolidate the Ulster plantation in Fermanagh. The first long-term resident. Oh, so your man built the castle, he didn't live here. William Cole. Cole Monument, that's where the name comes from. There's a monument for him in the town. He owned most of the town. Constable of Enniskillen. The first long-term resident was Dr. James. How do people get these? Spottishwood, Bishop of Clocher, who lived here in the 1620s. By the time 1941 rising, Portora was an offensive Enniskillen military outpost. Again in 1688, when the town rallied to William of Orange, the tenantry sent 100 men on horseback to guard the ford below the castle. In 1619, a surveyor described Portora as a bawn of lime and stone with 4 flankers and a house 3 stories high, strongly wrought. 2 of the round towers was very tall, 30 foot, the same height as the house. One of those was lost altogether during river works. Another tower there. I wonder which tower fell. The other 2 were thatched and not so high. The house just 1 room wide. Right then. I should not do nothing. Lena, don't scare me puppy, Lena. That's a good. I should not do nothing. Built across the 2 stories plus attic, a tiled roof and 2 good sized fireplaces. Though the layout is English style, the random rubble masonry techniques are not. Irish masons were used. Settlers began arriving in large numbers from 1614 onwards. 1859, that's when the wee fellas blew the place up. 1859, 13 boys from the Royal School nearby. So that was always a school. Probably a boarding school. 1859, boys from the school nearby tried to blow up the dirty castle and a gunpowder experiment. and also may determine that, you know, I can't quite read it, so probably cigarette butts, you know, boys in that school. Damage done on Great Gales in 1894, Great Gales. Hay fever. I'm suffering today now. The ruin is still impressive seen from the water, from boats passing through the loch beside the sluice gates that control the level of the shallow upper lake, from the benefit of a hydroelectric power station downstream of Ballyshannon. Oh, Luna. So that is the house there. 2 big rooms. Alright, so it's gates aren't open today, they're both sides of the same height. One time I came here and there was a boat stuck under the bridge. You didn't see the sluice gates, it went straight on. Well, probably night driving at night time. I got stuck on it. There was nobody on it, but the boat was still stuck on it. It'd be interesting to go from the other side, wouldn't it? I wonder how you get to the other side. It's a private ground, there's a wee van all parked there, you know. You can't walk down there, like, you wonder why. It's a private lane and all, it's fenced off. You could jump the grass and get down, like. I did it one time. But I didn't go on the footpath. All you know is a boat to go past. Oh, there we go, you want them. See if the BBC were here, oh, the boat will be coming through there now. If there's a wee gate goes inside that wee weird thing, that wee down. So that's hollow inside. A couple of wee solar panels on it as well. I'm just wondering, there's gates under that. I didn't put it there now. Gee, you think I scripted it? There's something there I never understand. Your woman in the back has got a Costa coffee. That wee boat is self-contained. She's got a cooker. Why not make herself a cup of coffee? That's the advantage of having a boat or a caravan or a motorhome. You can stop and make your stuff and save a fortune. See what they're paying now in diesel? They're saving a fortune by able to cook for themselves. Ah, she's bought a cup of coffee. Must be low-flying birds here. They've got the wee things on the power lines. Quite a few power lines going across there. I'm looking at that now, and I reckon them gates open up. I reckon the actual barrier gates fold up. I can see a curve. There's a curve underneath them pillars. The actual gates fold up instead of high. So in theory, if that boat was to go through there, he's not going to hit nothing. That's what it looks like to me. And then they must lower them down when they want it blocked off. But either way, they're not encouraging anybody to go underneath. Well, why would you want them lower and higher and lowered? Maybe they just bring them up for maintenance. When they bring them up inside, you must be able to get at them through that wee door. Oh, put a new rubber ceiling things on them. Interesting to see inside. Whenever the gate is closed, you walk across the wee top of the gate. That's how you get across. That gives you access. There's a wee gap in the wall there, like. There's another boat coming there. That's the round tower here. It fell off here. Oh, another boat coming now. This one's faster. They've got a radio as well, they're really cool. They don't have Costa coffee. They have a wee can. Probably have a couple of girls in that boat too, you know. all happening here, didn't it? It's taking them a while to come up. I thought they were going to speed up like young hooligans. Ah, there. It's inflatable. He's got a wine glass and the other one, two guys have got wine glasses and the boys are sitting there with beer bottles. Do you know what I mean, like? It says all, doesn't it, like? Playing the music, sitting there drinking and driving, like. Why would you want to do that? And a girl driving a boat. That's the two fellas, they're letting the girls drive the boat hoping they get away with them later. Booze bottles up here too. So I think the height of them wonder this floor is a lot lower than today. I know men were smart, but that's small. That's infinite height there, isn't it? I wonder if Santi ever came down that chimney there. But I guess it's been used by a garrison more so than a home, because of its location. While the other castles around here were still homes. What does some size of door frame in that? My eyes are getting so itchy. Oh, then I'm going to get a tablet. I didn't even check the cars off. I have one. Probably only one of them. Probably already did, like. I wouldn't care. We look at the outside now, Pet, and we'll go back again. So there's the wee car park there. You just basically, you pull off the road, turn around the electric panel, back out again. It's a wee narrow road. I'll take a wee look at it. This is the castle here now. That's probably the best looking wall of it there. But they can let you walk on the grass at the other side of it. Like that grass must belong to the castle rather than the lock. They could put a fence back there so you could walk on around. It was a bit steep, so maybe I'll slip. There's a wee bit of a drop there. Oh. It's not as far as I thought, Luna. Not as far. Well, I'll have to do another walk by the time we get back. Let me get you in the water. I have brought the caravan down here before, and I left the caravan over there in the gravel. But the wee road's pretty narrow. A couple of houses along that road too, if I remember rightly. There's the official sign now. There's the official way in. You have to be road there, you could run down, wouldn't you? There's no barriers or nothing to warn people. That's the wee road there. So she had a dealer that they like with. I got Luna the lunatic. And the wee cows look happy in a wee field with the sun shining. Majority of cows now do not get out in daylight, and it sheds all year round. Farmer next to me, his cows never get out in the field. Their whole life is spent in a shed, and they're outside his brothel. That's more efficient from the grass, they're doing it that way. There's a wee cow coming over to her. I don't know, likes cows now. No, look, I'm coming over to say hello. And I go say hello to the wee cow. You want to say hello? He's eating a bit of grass now. Words must be getting round that Luna's cow friendly. The most beautiful wee thing. You'd love to pet that wee thing's ears, wouldn't you? His wee back's getting a bit itchy. He's a wee scratchy. You get the wee twitch in your back, pet. Do you want a wee scratch? A horse would let you scratch him, a cow won't. They've been had that many times with human beings. You can't trust humans. Every time the farmer comes near them, they get hit. You want a wee scratchy back, would you? You want me to scratch your back? Right? No interested in me. What I discovered is our local cows, they have the date of birth on their ears. He hasn't got the date of birth on his ears. So I wanted to do it to cows, the wee cows, and then if you get the cows, you get different numbers. Look at that, that's sweet. Luna likes the wee noses. She's such a sweetheart when it comes to cows. If we get her that way with birds, that would be grand. She's eating some of your grass, so she is, pet. Luna is eating some of your grass. That one has got silver twitches. He needs a good scratch. I can give you a scratch, I'm here. If you want to come over, I'll scratch you. We fly there on that side of him. If I reach out, I just run. Want a wee scratch? Want a wee scratch? Nah, most people are bad, pet. Can't trust people. It's unusual the rest of the herd hasn't come over. This one's doing this on his own. Wee cows are a bit like motorhomers, they like to do things in groups. Luna! Luna! Come on! That wee cow must be like myself. Doesn't mind exploring on his own. You should be eating some grass when you're overwhelmed enough. You're losing out, pet. Them other boys are eating all the food. You're eating the best of the grass and you're nothing left. We head on now, Luna. We head on, Luna. Oh, just scratching the legs too. trying to leave a stamp now, is she? Oh no, honey, where to go now with you cow? Where to go? Ah, here's a nice wee one. I might take a round on Enniskillen tonight and then we'll go back around the town. So I had to be on the lead the whole time. I meant to be on the lead anyway. But I think she should be alright now. She'll still enjoy it. She's had plenty of hours today off the lead. Plenty of boats going about now this time of day. Going through the park's going to be a pain with the ducks. But I'll drive the caravan over to the other car park where I used to camp at night. Walk from there, and the wee doggy park's over there. See all the doggies in it. She'll enjoy playing with them. Everybody bringing wee pups. Luna likes this walk too. She likes Fermanagh. When I get my summer holidays this year, I might miss out the Hampton Coast Road and go straight up to Belfast. A lot of long walks in Belfast she could do. I haven't got so much energy. So I've got Cave Hull, the Black Mountain. Forest Park outside Larne. Fermanagh. Redburn Country Park. Crawfordsburn, a lot of places up there, and she'll really walk the whole lot. So, Whitehead Cliff Path, Blackhead Lighthouse, do them. Last time I was in Glenarm, no caravans allowed here at country. So I don't know, they were, it's funny how they make the place bigger and allow fewer vehicles on it. That's the wisdom of councils, you see. And they end up spending money, and they probably make a pay and display. It's probably already done. I haven't been there since last year. No boats now, that's the best place to see boats. I think there is one coming. Lena! Lena! How you doing?
Come on with me, let's go.
Enjoying your wee walkies, pet?
That's it, not a bad day.
That's lovely now. interested to see what speed a boat goes at. Do they do walking speed? I'll say they're a bit faster than me. What I don't ever see, what speed does the boat travel at? A person walks about 3-4 miles an hour, would they? It's going a wee bit faster. There's 2 boats now. That's probably why it's slowing down. 5 knots. They have their limit to what I haven't got a clue what 5 knots is. I think that everyone's in knots. If you're going upstream against the river, your speedo might say you're doing 10 miles an hour, but because the water's coming down at 5 miles an hour, you're actually only progressing at 5 miles an hour. And if you're coming downstream and you turn your engine off, you'll be doing the 5 miles an hour. So I think that's the idea for nautical miles an hour. It's the actual speed the boat moves through the air rather than the speed it goes through the water. That's me guessing, like. So 5 nautical miles an hour is probably 5 miles an hour as airspace. Let's say their speedo might be 10. So if I walk at 4 miles an hour, they're probably doing 5 miles an hour. I see I'm twisting and turning too, they're in a straight line. But you're going for a walk along a lake, you may as well be looking at a wee boat at the same time. Refreshments available, refreshments. See how they've all got still got the hoods and all that. There's still a crowd of wind out there, so there's only put them down when they get the wee glasses out at the docks. Oh, not gonna maneuver here. At the end of the day, they've got chemical toilets on them. If somebody had diarrhea and shits them on them boats, there'd be some smell, wouldn't there? I like having the caravan myself, but if you had to share a boat with 6 people using the toilet, warm day, that's why you'd be sitting up outside, fresh air. As far as I know too, boats aren't insulated as well as caravans. Don't know if that's true or not, but what I've seen on YouTube, single glazed windows and stuff. I wonder if they allowed you to throw an anchor down now if they wanted to. It would be damaging the bottom. That'd be called blocking the channel. Thing about an anchor, your boat drifts all over the place. So it might drift across, blocking it. I know they have anchors. I wonder if there's a road when and where you can use it. There's a popular wee path with pubs. I'll take a wee nosy here. I'm not saying it's not enormously deep, but it is out there. Pure dark out there, not here at the side. It would not cost to build them sheds and stuff next to water. Probably when the boys built it, they had to dam a bit of the soft, wouldn't they? You think the foundations out there has to go down. The thing goes up and down because they're using the wee boats, you see. They can't have big steps down on, so they have made theirs to go up and down the water level. Come on this way, Pat. Come on up this way, Pat. Oh. Lena. Just looking here at these bins, them school bins or council bins. There's one down there, if that was council bins, Fermanagh. So if that's a Fermanagh bin, public have the access to that place. That's Fermanagh bin there. On down, Lena. Don't know if it's school property or... There's no fence, there's no sign saying no trespassing, nobody here. Maybe all the bins in Fermanagh have Fermanagh name on them. I don't know. But you think that's a public bin there, wouldn't you? Schools wouldn't use bins like that. Let's see now what it says here now. Towards a shared future. George Andrews organised the first Earn Head in 1957. Earn Head, that must be racist. That's what it is, starting to finish. I don't dress up in that. I'm not a sporty person. Well, alcoholics down here, wee bottle top. Imagine this is your PE lesson here, boys. That's brilliant, isn't it? Come out here for PE. They're probably spoiled all by making it competitive. A wee water tap. Aye. Always handy to know the wee water taps are for refreshments. Not that you need one here anyway because there's water there. Oh, someday there could be green algae there. Don't know these things. A wee water tap will come in handy. Never extended this now, but that's not so ideal for wee puppies because there's a gap at the side and a wee lunatic could fall in. But these things here are brilliant, like you could just link them all together and make a bridge across if you wanted to. I'll tell you what, they're pretty wobbly too, you know. Ah, Luna wouldn't want to go on that. It's more wobbly than you think. Probably because it's just sitting on top. There's nothing underneath to stabilise it. I often think it's a waste. You see this wee piece of land not being used here, and this is a brilliant view. I always think it's nice if they have wee buildings here, that more public buildings rather than private, so people can have access, but it's a very waste of land here, isn't it? Just sitting here doing nothing. I remember when they built Sainsbury's in London Day, one's complained building a supermarket next to the river. I thought it was brilliant. The fact you go and see the riverfront when you're doing your shopping means everyday local people have access to view the river. Well, if you had all fancy apartment blocks, it's not the same, like. So I like the idea that Sainsbury's was put there. On the way back out, I went round that school one time, you know, round the back of it. There was no fencing on it there. It's all fenced off now. I didn't go up to the building, just in the back. Years ago.